Tim Ryan. Timothy John Ryan is an American politician serving as the U.S. Representative for Ohio's 13th congressional district since 2003. The district, numbered as the 17th district from 2003 to 2013, takes in a large swath of northeast Ohio, from Youngstown to Akron. Ryan is a member of the Democratic Party. Born in Niles, Ohio, Ryan worked as an aide to Congressman Jim Traficant after graduating from Bowling Green State University. He served in the Ohio Senate from 2001 to 2002 before winning an election to succeed Traficant. In November 2016, Ryan launched an unsuccessful challenge to unseat Nancy Pelosi as party leader of the House Democrats. On April 4, 2019, Ryan announced his candidacy for President of the United States. Early life and career. Ryan was born in Niles, Ohio, the son of Rochelle Maria and Alan Leroy Ryan. He is of Irish and Italian ancestry. Ryan's parents divorced when he was 7 years old, and Ryan was raised by his mother. Ryan graduated from John F. Kennedy High School in Warren, where he played football as a quarterback and coached junior high basketball. Ryan was recruited to play football at Youngstown State University, but a knee injury ended his playing career and he transferred to Bowling Green State University. He received a Bachelor of Arts degree in Political Science from Bowling Green in 1995 and was a member of Delta Tau Delta fraternity. After college, Ryan joined the staff of Ohio Congressman Jim Traficant. In 2000, he earned a Juris Doctor degree from Franklin Pierce Law Center in Concord, New Hampshire. From 2000 to 2002 he served half a term in the Ohio State Senate. United States Representative elections. After Jim Traficant was convicted on criminal charges in 2002, Ryan declared his candidacy for the 17th district. As the result of redistricting following the 2000 census, the 17th, which had long been based in Youngstown, had been pushed to the west and now included much of Portage County and part of Akron. Before the redistricting, all of Akron had been part of the 14th district, represented by 8-term Democrat Tom Sawyer. The 14th had been eliminated in the year 2000 redistricting. Most of it was drawn into the 13th district of fellow Democrat Sherrod Brown, but Sawyer's home was drawn into the 17th. Ryan was initially seen as an underdog in a 6-way Democratic primary that included Sawyer. In the 2002 Democratic primary, Ryan defeated Sawyer, who was seen as insufficiently labor-friendly in the newly drawn district. In the November 2002 general election, he faced Republican Insurance Commissioner Ann Womer Benjamin as well as Traficant, who ran as an independent from his prison cell. Ryan won with 51% of the vote, besting Benjamin by a solid 14-point margin. When he took office in January 2003, he was the youngest Democrat in the House, at 29 years of age. He has been re-elected 5 times, only once facing a contest nearly as close as his first. In 2010, he was held to 53% of the vote. Traficant, running as an independent, took 16%. In every other election since his first run for the district, Ryan has won at least 67% of the vote. His district was renumbered as the 13th in 2012, and was pushed westward, absorbing most of Akron. Tenure. In his first year in office, Ryan was one of 7 members of Congress who voted against the Do Not Call Implementation Act, and one of 8 congressmen who opposed ratification of FTC's establishment of a national Do Not Call registry. Ryan was a member of the 30-something Working Group, which was a congressional caucus that includes those members of the United States House of Representatives who are Democrats and had not yet reached the age of 40. It was organized by the Speaker of the House Nancy Pelosi to energize and engage younger people in politics by focusing on issues that are important to them. Ryan voted for the Stupak Amendment restricting federal funding for abortions, but in January 2015, he announced that having gained a deeper understanding of the complexities and emotions that accompany the difficult decisions over his time in public office, he had reversed his position on abortion and now identified as pro-choice. Before the 2004 presidential election, Ryan spoke on the House floor in an impassioned speech denouncing the Bush administration's denial of a draft reinstatement, comparing this to the administration's previous claims that Iraq was developing weapons of mass destruction, the Bush tax cuts would create jobs, and other such claims. He repeated in September 2006 with an equally heated speech accusing the Bush administration of trying to distract the public from key issues like the war in Iraq and the economy. In 2010, Ryan introduced the Currency Reform for Fair Trade Act, which sought punitive trade tariffs on countries, notably China, that were engaging in currency manipulation. It passed the House overwhelmingly but never made it to the floor in the Senate. In an October 2010 interview with conservative magazine Human Events, Ryan said tax increases on small businesses were necessary because we have huge deficits. We gotta shore up Social Security. We gotta shrink our deficits. Ryan initiated a bid to replace Pelosi as House Minority Leader on November 17, 2016, prompted by colleagues following the 2016 presidential election. After Pelosi agreed to give more leadership opportunities to junior members, she defeated Ryan by a vote of 134 to 63 on November 30. Ryan helped Audie Othman, an illegal immigrant in Youngstown, Ohio, remain in the United States. Othman had lived in the United States for nearly 40 years, ran several businesses in Youngstown, was married to a U.S. citizen and had 4 U.S.-born children. Ryan repeatedly presented a bill to Congress whereby Othman would be granted a more thorough review of his case to stay in the United States. The fact that the bill was in motion meant that Othman could temporarily stay. However, in February 2018, Othman was deported from the United States after President Donald Trump directed U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement to increase the number of arrests and deportations of illegal immigrants. Ryan condemned the deportation, saying, "To watch these families get ripped apart is the most heartbreaking thing any American citizen could ever see. Because you are for these families, it doesn't mean you are not for a secure border." Ryan supported the Iran nuclear deal to prevent Iran from acquiring weapons of mass destruction. In April 2016, Ryan tweeted, "I was in Jerusalem a few weeks ago and saw firsthand the dangerous threat Israelis face. Israel has the right to defend itself from terror." Committees and caucuses. As of April 2019, Ryan is a member of the following committees. Ryan is a member of the following caucuses. 2020 presidential campaign. Following the 2018 midterms, Ryan was widely seen as a possible presidential hopeful for the 2020 presidential election. In February and March 2019, he traveled to early primary states such as Iowa and New Hampshire. Ryan's 2020 presidential campaign officially began on April 4, 2019, when he announced that he would be running in the Democratic primaries. Ryan announced that he would seek the Democratic nomination for president during an interview on The View. Endorsements. Publications. In March 2012, Hay House published Ryan's A Mindful Nation, a book about the practice of mindfulness in both private and public life. He writes in his introduction, in October 2014, the same publisher published Ryan's The Real Food Revolution. Personal life. In 2013, Ryan married Andrea Zetz, a school teacher. In 2014, Ryan and Zetz had a son, Brady. Ryan also lives with Zetz's 2 children from a previous relationship. Electoral history.